Welcome, Transformer fans. My name is Composite Enerjoe, and today's review is on the Transformers Studio Series Deluxe class. If it wasn't obvious, Target exclusive Deluxe class Leadfoot. And here he is in his alt mode, which I wrote it down because it's a was a bit of a mouthful to say what this is. But yeah, this is basically give me a second, a heavily armored version of Juan Pablo Montoya's Target-sponsored number 42 NASCAR Sprint Cup Chevy Impala stock car. Yep, so that's what this is, or at least it's what it's based on. But from what I remember from the film, besides some dirt and grime missing, this is a fairly accurate representation. It's also very nicely detailed. As you can see, he has all of his weapons. Well, he comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 and 6.5 accessories. The sixth one I'll show off later. Or you know what? I'm just gonna show it off now. It's this little guy. This is basically a little mini statue he comes with him, a little minifigure. Doesn't really do anything, but this is essentially Steeljaw. Yeah, this was from the initial concept art for the Wreckers in the film. Well, Leadfoot here is the leader of the film Wreckers from Dark of the Moon. Yeah, in his concept art, he actually came with this little guy called Steeljaw. And to be honest, I think I would have loved to have seen that in the film. And unfortunately, I don't think this guy actually connects with him in any way. I just can kind of put him on top. Doesn't connect, but you can put him on there if you really wanted to. He'll slide off though. But yeah, very nicely detailed little figure. Doesn't do anything, but it looks cool. So I'm just going to set up Steeljaw off to the side. So yeah, there he is back again. Oh, and if this configuration doesn't look like the instructions or how others would normally do it, that's because for some reason, these two pegs, which for both vehicle mode and robot mode are used for some of his weapons, for me, refuse to peg in place. No matter what I do, and I'm going to show you, you can see no matter what I do, what accessory I put, it does not, so you can see, like, when I touch it, yeah, it just doesn't want to take them. I really have to force it, and it kind of gets it, as you saw there. But yeah, for some reason, these two pegs here do not want to take any accessories. So for me anyway, this is my configuration for his vehicle mode. And for his weapons, he has 2 missile pods, 1 chain gun, and 2 smaller machine guns on the side. And yeah, so also, he does roll very nicely. And I like that the detail on the wheels say Ultra Wreckers. I think that's a nice little nod. It has the number 42. It obviously has Target on it. So, yeah, and NASCAR. Yeah, overall, this is a very detailed figure. And, again, fairly film accurate. I think he's missing some extra, like, engine parts or something. But it is very detailed for what it is. It's very impressive. Very impressive. Let me take off his equipment. And I don't know if I've said this before, but I'm not the biggest fan of the Dark of the Moon film. Here are his weapons. Put them off to the side next to Steeljaw. Now here is the vehicle, well, without those weapons. Now I'm going to get to transformation. But before I guess a small blurb. I think I've mentioned before that I'm not the biggest fan of Dark of the Moon. That film, I think that's the weakest of, at least my least favorite of the Transformer films. I don't really like it. I just overall do not like it. I don't want to go into a rant about it. But I have my mixed, it's a mixed feelings movie for me. Like there's some things I like about it, but there's a lot that I don't like about it. Like some decisions that were made. I will say this, that I feel that the Wreckers was a neat idea to be introduced in the movie, but they didn't do enough to really, be an impact. The only reason I remember Leadfoot is mainly because he had the most interesting design out of the 3 Wreckers, the other two being Roadbuster and Topsman. But in a weird way, I found Roadbuster and Topsman to be vaguely generic, as weird as that sounds, even though they have pretty interesting designs. Leadfoot had the most unique design, that's why I even remember him and why I even bothered getting him. But yeah, so yeah, that's about it with the vehicle mode. He has lots of detail, so let me get on to his transformation. So first things first, I believe you have to pop this off. You have to wiggle, like it's really annoying, you have to like maybe separate, yeah, there we go, separate that first. which will allow you to wiggle this out, wiggle this out. So you can wiggle out his soon-to-be arms. Pull them out. I might as well flip out his hands, flip out hands, and then just have them here for clearance purposes. Next up, you lift this whole thing up. You fold down, fold down. There we go, and there we go. And then you flip down these little pieces to complete his legs. Oh no, then the next part is that you have to make them a little more squat, so you fold these out. There's like little hinges there. There we go. So you can see they have their own little hinges. Fold them out, so you make them even more squat. And then this piece goes in here. Then this piece, come on, pops up. Then you have what I think is a very cool piece of engineering. You first flip this up, fold this around, and you bring these pieces out. Then you flip his head up. And then you bring, hold on, then this separates somehow. Wait a minute. There we go. Separate. You have to separate this to angle it like so. So. And then you have to peg. Then how this works is that you peg these pieces, and you can see these pieces into these ports. So like so. Hold on. It's a bit finicky, but it does more or less work. There we go. Not the strongest connection on my figure. Yeah, then lift this up for his more belly look. And and there we have it. Here we have Leadfoot in his robot mode. And I'm not gonna lie, I love this design. I find that out of the 3 film records, Leadfoot is the most memorable because I just love this design of his. How often do you see a short, stubby, a short and stocky Transformer? You don't really see this too often, and I love it. He's also the one who I think did the most in the film and even shows up in Age of Extinction. Obviously, he died. We see the scene where he dies there, but he shows up. So yeah, he did leave quite an impact. So yeah, this is very cool design. I honestly really like it, and the figure's not half bad either. It's honestly surprisingly accurate. Like, I'm really impressed by how well they were able to copy this, since he has such a unique design. So let me put him next to his little buddy Steeljaw. Don't know what that was. You can see he looks kind of cool. Cool little Steeljaw. Kind of sad I can't, like, plug him in anywhere. I mean, maybe you can kind of do... Nope. Doesn't want to do anything. Oh, you can kind of put him on your shoulder. Yeah, you can display him with him on his shoulder, which is kind of cool. Just put him up. Just put him off to the side. Let me get to his articulation. And yeah, it's a pretty cool head sculpt. Like that he has visors. Head is on a ball joint, but it is a little limited because of the whole room there. Arms can go out that far, forward, back. They are, well, all around because they're on a ball joint. A swivel there, bend at the elbow. And a little bit of wrist action, that's more for transformation. Legs can go fairly far out, which is interesting. They're also on ball joints, so they go forward, back. Swivel here at the knee, or at the lower thigh, and then bend at the knee. And if you really wanted to, he technically has a second hinge here. If you really wanted to, but that's more for transformation. And the feet do go up and down a little bit, but that's, again, more for transformation. So yeah, he is not... I thought he had a waist articulation, but no, he doesn't. Yeah, obviously he doesn't because of his, big belly here. I still love the way that they designed him. Like, you never see this. This is awesome. I'm honest. I'm genuinely impressed by this figure because they could replicate this. So yeah, that's him. Let me get his weapons on. And like I said, these pegs here refuse to work for me. Because I think how you were supposed to do is I think originally you're supposed to put these missile pods on them. But what I do, I just put them on the back here. Hold on, which were the ones I put up here? No, I had these different on his back. Yeah, there and there. This is how I have him on his back. So the missile pods I just put on his back. The other ones I put where they're supposed to go. Let's see, right shoulder a la Soundwave. Fell off. A la Soundwave, put missile pods back up. And the machine guns all go on his arms like so. And like so. He does come with quite a few accessories, which I do like. I like all the weapons. Though again, mine has a bit of a defect where I can't put like any accessories on these pegs, which is a shame. But yeah, get him into a little bit of a pose with him with his belly. Again, I love that detail. I can't stress that enough. Let me try this a different way. Oh, there we go. That's how I have it. This little connection does tend to unpeg for me. Hey, there we go. And sorry if I'm not talking too much. Right now I'm a little focused. There we go. This is how I have them. So there we go. So yeah, here he is with all of his accessories on. Accessories on. Let's get him with his little buddy Steeljaw. Let me zoom in a little bit. There we go. Or like I said, if you want, you can kind of put him on his shoulder. It doesn't look half bad having him on his shoulder. So yeah, not a bad figure, honestly. He's actually a lot better. He was a very pleasant surprise. I was really surprised with him. So let's get him with a size comparison. Here we have next to Ratchet. And we have next to Cliff Jumper. And I feel that he's just the right size because he's supposed to be short and stocky. That's what he's supposed to be. So I feel that this is actually good, but he makes up for the lack of height with size. So I have no problem with that. So he's small, but I don't mind it. He's one of the few ones where I don't mind that he's small. And now for his only other accessory, his half accessory, as I like to put it, is this backdrop, which is the Battle of Chicago. Yay. It's the Battle of Chicago where the wreckers kind of show up and do a couple of things. Let me put him up there. And now he's gotten a little bit taller. So let me angle this up a little bit. And boom. There he is with Steeljaw on his shoulder. And like I said, that Steeljaw is not pegged in or anything. So yeah, overall, he's a fairly solid figure with a very unique design. I think that's the best thing about him. The transformation's pretty straightforward. It's not too bad. The vehicle mode looks really cool and accurate, especially with all the armor and stuff, even though the official name of it is a bit of a mouthful. And the robot mode is very cool and unique. To be honest, I most likely, like, you never know, but as of right now, I have no plans of collecting the other two wreckers, Topspin and Roadbuster. I've seen them and I'm not really impressed. If somehow I get them, great, then I have the whole set. But if you could only pick one of the three wreckers, honestly, I recommend getting Leadfoot out of all of them because he's the most unique one. It's honestly very impressive. The other two aren't half bad, but they didn't leave an impact on me. At least Leadfoot had the unique design, so I liked them. And he does come with his little buddy Steeljaw. So yeah, if you can only get one of the wreckers of the Studio Series line, I'd recommend getting Leadfoot over the other two, to be honest. So yeah, this has been my review of the Transformers Studio Series Deluxe Class Target, the Target exclusive Deluxe Class Leadfoot with his little buddy Steeljaw. And like always, before signing off, here is my very special person's Instagram. Very special to me. Please, please, please check her out. I really, really would appreciate the help. And here is mine if you're curious. So check me out if you want, if you really want to. But I honestly recommend you check her out. She's a little bit more interesting than I am. So yeah, there you go. And this is Composite Enerjoe signing off. Peace out and be safe.